My name is Mario, and I am the Loot Box Hero. How's it going? For me, it's alright for the most part. You know what I'm saying? All things considered. Hopefully, you're having a nice day. If you're CD Projekt Red, well, things seem to be not going very well for you. Or at least not nearly as good as you expected it to. So yeah, CD Projekt Red has released Cyberpunk 2077, and for the most part, things were okay. As long as you have a PC, a PS5, whatever the new Xbox is called, or maybe Stadia. But if you're playing on an OG Xbox or OG PS4, yeah, it's not going very well for you. So now, I have kind of looked over this, a lot of articles and videos and stuff. And so I was like, well, I have a console copy that I was going to give to somebody for Christmas. And I have the PC copy, which I'm playing on my Let's Play, which is on my gaming channel, RSM Plays. Link in the description if you want to check that out. And the first episode is in the card above if you want to check that out as well. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I said, well, let me go and check out the console version, see what's going down. And I have to say, I think they're blowing this out of proportion a little bit. They're talking about refunds and apologies. PSN took the game down, as well as Xbox Live. So more than likely, I'm thinking that maybe CD Projekt Red asked them to do this. But I've actually seen other content creators and outlets say that, oh, this was a sign that the games were broken and that Microsoft and Sony just did this. I'm thinking that they were asked by CD Projekt Red. So, but yeah, to be honest, I think people are blowing this a bit out of proportion. So I played it through 7 hours of the game on console. And what I've been doing is I've been going back and forth between console and PC gameplay. So that way you can kind of see, hopefully you can see the difference, even if you can tell the difference. I mean, if you really, really look at it, you can kind of tell, but, my PC, the settings are on high for the game. Not everything's on high, but most of the settings are on high, because my PC is not exactly a monster. It is a budget build gaming PC, so I don't have a 3080 or anything like that, but, so no ray tracing here, but it does do pretty good though. But yeah, I've just been switching back and forth between console gameplay and PC gameplay just to see if you can see the difference. But in my 7 hours, I did get some crashes. Got about 3 crashes on the PS4, none on PC. PC is just beautiful; it just runs perfect. But on the consoles, the OG consoles is where the trouble is. I did get 3 crashes. I did get some graphical issues, but for the most part, it wasn't nearly as bad as what I hear people saying. Like, oh, it's unplayable. Somebody literally compared this to was that Ride to Hell Redemption or whatever that game was that came out a couple years ago that was terrible. It's nowhere near that bad. Like, it's nowhere. If I had to compare this to a game from a last generation, I could compare it to Day One Skyrim on PS3, because that was not pretty either. All right, Day One Skyrim on PS3, not pretty. If there was a game I could compare it to in this generation, it would be Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, if you played this game, you probably heard about this game mainly because this game had a big controversy with the gaming media, and they wanted to, they basically were talking about that there was no people of color in the game, even though the game was being made about like 13th century Bohemia, which, was one of the whitest places in the world at that time. And the story was being told by a guy from this area of the world. But they still wanted him to change his story in his game just to add in some people of color. Which, to me, I'm thinking that's pretty wrong. But yeah, the game itself, when it came out, the game was alright, but the game had major performance issues. This game was the first game to ever crash my PS5, like ever. Like, I mean, PS4. I had never had a crash on my system until that game. So I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, the game had some performance issues, some graphical issues. The games, they remind me of each other from day one. You know, and most of the footage you're seeing from console is from after the second patch. Because there have been 3 patches, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't played the game since the 3rd patch came out, so I don't know if they fixed any more issues. But yeah, since the 2nd patch came out, the game is a lot better. Some of the gameplay is from, you know, day one, but a lot of this is from after they've patched it a couple times. But yeah, the gameplay doesn't seem nearly as bad as what I'm seeing outlets, you know, say it is. You know, and I'm thinking that this is. I'm not defending CD Projekt Red because, to be honest, they did not tell anybody about how bad the games ran on console because they knew that a chunk of the people who pre-ordered the game were pre-ordering it for PS4 and Xbox whatever, you know, Xbox One, you know, so, you know what I'm saying, they kind of knew that those people were going to get a crappy product, and so that's why, you know, they came out with the apologies, and to be honest, it's kind of bad for them, but it's kind of not, because in one way, you know what I'm saying, they did release this bootleg game to those systems. But in another way, I mean, they couldn't delay one version of the 2 versions of the game and then just release all the other versions where most people pre-ordered. I mean, can you imagine what would have happened if the PS5 and Xbox Series X, Stadia, and PC players all got, you know, the game, but PS4 and Xbox One didn't? Oh my god, bro. The salt would rain from the sky like meteors, bro. And like, people would be so mad. Not to mention, people were so mad when they delayed the game anyway. Like, when they did the last delay, and that was only for 3 weeks. You know, people were peed off. People were pissed every time this game got delayed. Well, minus like the first time. I think the first time people were understanding. The second time it got delayed, people got mad. The 3rd time it got delayed, people got mad. People would have been mad if it got delayed again. So really, it's a kind of a lose-lose situation for them. But to be honest, it's not really that bad. Like, don't take my word for it. Don't even take, like, you know, freaking Kotaku or Yongye or Review Tech USA or whoever you watch on YouTube. Don't take anybody's word for it. Find you some footage or look at the footage I have here and determine for yourself if you would like to play that game. And you know what I'm saying? Or if you have faith in CD Projekt Red, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I mean, but yeah, the game honestly doesn't run that bad on consoles. Is it optimal? No. Is it the best way to play the game? Definitely not. But it's definitely not unplayable. You know what I'm saying? I know people who are just playing the game on PS4 and Xbox One, and they said that they're having a perfectly fine experience. So, yeah, I just wanted to do a comparison video between, you know, the PS4 footage and the PC footage. So if you wanted to, you know, I believe this going for another minute or so you guys can check it out. But yeah, that's about it. If you like this content, please subscribe. Comment, let me know how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Let me know your experiences with the console version. If you've played further than me. You know, of course, check out any of my other channels. You know, RS Mario, where I talk about, you know, a bunch of Nintendo leaks that came out. Check out my gameplay of the my gameplay channel, where I'm doing a let's play of the Nomad part of the campaign. So that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day.